Well, I'm with Australia's favourite export. It's Brett Metcalfe, and I'm in his motorhome. Brett, thanks for joining us on MXTV, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Brendan. It's good to be back on the show, and it's been a few years, So
It has, mate. We've been a while, and in that time, you've jumped on a 450 and just gone berserk on it, mate. How's the change been?
that's been good. Last year I got to ride 450s in the Nationals. It was a good change for me. I needed it. Pretty much rattled everything out of the lights bike or 250 that I could, and I had some great results. Never got a championship or the win, and that was the difficult part. Was teams over here for 450 rides, they like to bring up the champions or winners, and I never was able to crack it. So it was hard for me to break through onto a 450 team. So I was thankful for the Geico Honda team to do that. And, that led me on to bigger and better things. With the Rockstar Makita Suzuki team this year, it doesn't get any better. So it's awesome.
Were you nervous coming into a team like this?
There's always a little bit of expectations there that people put on you. I really wasn't nervous. I felt ready for it. I think that's one point where I'm at in my life. I'm not a 20 moving on to the big factory team. I have got plenty of experience to draw from in my career. So I think, the way I've done it, I'm rookie in a 450 Supercross, but I'm no rookie.
And what's it been like? You've been on some of the best teams in the world. What's it like with Suzuki? Is there notable changes there or what?
The main major differences is really the budget that they get from Suzuki Japan, and then the factory parts that we're able to have access to. Some of the stuff's just so far beyond like my whole bike. It's titanium, everything, and it's just crazy. So my clutch front brake lever is $800. You just can't get that stuff. But for performance-wise, it adds 1/10 of a percentage so in the package. But it's nice to have.
It sounds like your 450 is about as light as your 250 these days. Is that right?
Well, there's a weight limit, so we obviously can't push it too far, but man, it's a great bike, it's awesome.
Brady, you've been riding for quite a long time, as we said, mate. A lot of teams, professional teams you've been on. How is it riding with Ryan?
So far, it's been great. Ryan's is amazing, and to compete with him and, be on the same team this year, really just as a team-wise, it's strong. I think we got two solid riders, myself and Ryan. And
Brady, one of the big changes, and we can hear him going off here, is you've got two more additions to the family. Tell us a bit.
Yeah, this is Kobe. He's actually the biggest of the bunch. But, I first got a little Chihuahua. I always wanted a big dog. We grew up with dogs in our family, and it's too hard to take care of. So we got little, Chihuahuas. Now we got two of them.
And they come with you racing every week?
Yeah, pretty much just, when we're local on the West Coast, which is only, a couple hours or so from home, we take them with. But when we fly east, they stay home.
Mate, you got Aussie flags everywhere, outside, inside. They're everywhere. Yeah. It's fantastic. You still keep that Aussie flavour going, mate.
Yeah, I have to. I don't get to go home often and, see family or anything and losing the accent, So I got to try and keep some of my patriotism going, put the flags up at least, and I still love Australia, obviously. It's getting to ride the nations each year has been one of the highlights of my career, just keep being involved with it. Last year, being the captain was, a pretty cool feeling for me.
Well, I could sit here for another hour and talk with Brett, and he'd probably let me too, but the guy's got to get out and do some racing. Brett, thank you very much, mate.
Yeah, no worries, guys. Hopefully I'll be seeing everyone soon, and yeah, thanks for coming and checking it out.